Hi, my name is Sally Gibbon, and I am the owner of the trustisyou.com. And I'm going to start a new podcast in January called Stop Paying Capital Gains. And then I also hopefully have my book done on the third quarter of 2023. I want to go over the slides so people can see this and see to start saving on capital gains, because here in the United States, people are looking at their taxes. If I can help you save money, that my goal is save. So if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen and go over my slides. And then you can always reach out to me at the trustisyou.com to set up an appointment. Give me 1 second. Whoops. I should have had this set up correctly. Sorry about that. So again, there's two trusts. There is the business trust and there's the beneficial trust. So I'm going to discuss both of those right now. Business trust is for 1099 income. And then the beneficial trust is for all passive income, be it a real estate investor, a crypto miner, a crypto investor, stock market investing, silver coins, royalties, anything like that. Now, why a trust? This trust is patented, so it is a legal trust. It's written in tax code, IRS code 643B, like Bravo. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England because he wanted to behead quite a few of his wives. He went after the lords and ladies to make them pay for the Church of England. The lords and ladies went all the way back to Magna Carta. I'm sorry, you don't have the years down right. And then, they said, you can't do this. This is based on contract law. The law firm that I work on behalf of in 2023 is going to have a trust that is this year is going to turn 395 years old. So older than the United States. So this is why I am trying to get this out there. A patented trust that is legal to help you save money. Now, I don't care if you have the business trust or if you have the beneficial trust. Both trusts are going to save you from being sued in legal judgments, because the famous quote by Nelson Rockefeller, own nothing, control everything. You're going to save on federal taxes. The business trust, you can save up to 70% on your federal taxes, or over 70% on your federal taxes. And then you're going to have information kept completely private. Now, I know some of you are going to say, hey, I have an LLC for this, or an S Corp, or a C Corp. Unfortunately, depending on how the state is set up, in Arizona, it's Arizona Corporation Commission. In North Carolina, it is the Secretary of State. You can always do a Freedom of Information Act to get that information from, if it is kept kept from you, so it's not private. Now, both the business trust and the beneficial trust are spendthrift trusts, so it's an overall a subject for that. Now, the spendthrift trust has 5 elements: irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor, and spendthrift. Let me go over these very quickly. Irrevocable goes from generation to generation. 97% of the trusts out there are revocable trusts that only avoids probate when somebody passes away, or avoids going to court when somebody passes away, and then it's done with. My mom and dad had one of those when I do the 2022 taxes. It's going to be done with. Susie Orman talks about that on PBS. Those trusts are not special. They don't help you save your identity. They don't help you save on taxes. They just avoid probate. So this is irrevocable, generation to generation. Must be complex. This means the trust can hold money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. When I do my father's 2022 taxes, and I dish out all the money to my 2 brothers and I, the trust must be dissolved, and all the money must be divided equally out. This trust never dissolves. Number 3, discretionary. This means that whoever are the trustees can make the rules. I do have both the business trust and the beneficial trust because of things that are happening in my family. I am the trustee. I make no special rules for my nieces and nephews or my brothers or sister-in-laws. I do have a client, a husband and wife. They have 5 apartment buildings in Los Angeles. Their daughter lives in one of the apartments rent-free. They are requiring her to do 4 random drug tests a month. She tried to sue them. As soon as the judge saw that this is a spendthrift trust, he's like, honey, live rent-free, do the drug test. If you don't want to do the drug test, move out. So that's discretionary. 4th one, non-grantor. This is a very specialized trust. Someone who will never, ever be a beneficiary, and someone who you do not invest with, because too many investment partners turn sour. I'm just trying to keep you from headaches, because you don't want the veil of the trust ever to be pierced. Will sign up for the trust and then sign away from the trust. I personally started both trusts. I used a family friend, Roy, He was 87 at the time. He had to sign his name 17 times, sign up for the trust, sign away for the trust. Unfortunately, he had arthritis of the hands. Be smarter than I am when you choose somebody. He was very good about that, but I felt bad about making him sign so many times. If you cannot find someone to do that, either I can do this on behalf of the law firm or somebody in the law firm can do this on your behalf free of charge. This is something we do for you. And then the fifth element is a spendthrift trust. The spendthrift has been in front of the Supreme Court twice now. And both times the Supreme Court says, yes, the spendthrift trust can enter an agreement, can function on its own, and does not have to have a person behind it. So these 5 pillars make up this very specialized trust that is written in tax code 643B. Whoops, what did I just do? Silly Sally, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Now with the business trust, this is for 1099 income. In my family, we have my brother's brewery. We have my sister-in-law's landscape design company. I personally have 3 different sites I make money on 24/7. I sell silver, Sally sells silver, Novatech, and Excess Elite. Real estate agents, you work for your commissions. My insurance license goes through the business trust. If you're an affiliate marketer or an online marketer, if you're selling weight loss supplements or anything else, goes through the trust. That's a business trust. And then the business trust helps you save taxes. Now the beneficial trust helps you save 5 ways on taxes. It defers your capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rent roll taxes, and royalties. Most people are not aware of what capital gains are, so I do want to go over this. Right now, this is from IRS tax tip 2003-29. This is what the IRS says. It's a very broad subject. Almost everything you own and use for personal purpose, pleasure, or investment is a capital asset. What's not a capital asset should be easier. That'd be more narrow. Now, most people are unaware of this. There's 2 different kinds of capital gains. There's short-term, which is a year or less, and then there's long-term, a year or more. Currently, short-term federal capital gains are 23.8%. So whatever you do, you're like if you wholesale a house, you sell crypto or anything like that, you're going to pay 23.8% on that. There is past legislation back in November 2021. Those 2 huge bills. One was a transportation bill and one was another bill. Sorry, I don't remember the name. But in one of those bills, it does say that people who make more than $400,000 are going to pay 40% in capital gains to get the United States out of debt. That's not fair to the middle class. That's really rude. That's a lot of money. And the beneficial trust will save you money on this. Now, I am working with a business broker. Most people are not aware of this. I don't care what kind of business you sell. If you sell a Schwann's home delivery routes, those yellow trucks that frozen food. If you're selling car wash, pizza parlor, anything else, you are going to pay 15 or 20% to sell a business. The first business I worked with him on was 2 guys selling car washes for $2 million. They either are going to pay $300,000 in capital gains at 15%, or $400,000 in capital gains when they sell that business for $2 million. That's a lot of money. So this is why you should look at the trust. Now, in real estate, this is where I make most of my money. It's wholesaling, it's wholetailing, it's fix and flip, it's buy and hold, it's short-term rentals. You might be passive investing in a REIT. It does away with the 1031. I know a 1031 does away with capital gains. But there is a timeline. You have 45 days to find to find a third party to work with you, and then 160 days to change the one property for the other property. You miss the timeline, you miss saving the capital gains. Also, it's like property for like property. So raw land for raw land, single family home for single family home, and things like that. One of my clients was making $600,000 on a house in Florida. It was not their house. It was a house they got from an auction. Instead of going with a 1031, they had got the trust. Now they're involved in a REIT. That was a single family home. Now they're involved in an apartment investing. And then we found out the husband has a plane that he rents out to somebody who instructs people how to fly. Talk about the liability. Because he has this trust and can never be sued. If anything happens with this plane, he's completely taken care of there. Personally, this is the true story. This is what I have done in 2021. What got me started was Rocky Mount House. I bought it in July of 2020 for $20,000. It was under contract when the courts opened again after COVID, or the auctions opened again after COVID. The bank wanted to sell it for $50,000 to take it off their books. I knew $30,000 in gains would be $7,500 for me to pay on my taxes. I went down the rabbit hole for you to help to figure out how to do this. I'm not trying to be political, but I was very intrigued how Trump got away with only paying $750 in taxes. I wanted to know how he did it because I want to do it. The house didn't sell, didn't go for $50,000. It sold for over $64,000, and I saved over $10,500 on that one real estate deal. I paid for the trust one time, and I've saved $14,000 in 2021. This slide is everything I've done up until July 31st, so a little bit more than half a year in 2022. I again saved over $32,000. So between the two trusts, just on these slides, I've saved over I have to do the math. God, I'm bad about this. $46,000. I'm over $60,000 with other deals I have done so far, especially with what I do here in North Carolina called upset bids. Love them. They're so easy to work with. Crypto. I dabble in crypto. I do a little bit of staking, $1,000 a month, where I get 30% ROI. Not a huge amount, but hey, I saved $572. I also have a crypto bot that I just started about 3 months ago. I'm making $32.78 a day on average. That all goes to the trust. No capital gains. Yay, Sally. Now, anyone who's doing stock market, I do have $10,000 in an options trading that a friend of mine does. I make the first 25%, and then we split anything above that. He's making me great money. I keep reinvesting that money, so I'm not paying capital gains yet. But when I take the money out, I won't have to, because that's all in the trust. So if you day trade, if you do Forex, if you're doing dividends on your stock portfolio, or anything like that, that gets deferred through the beneficial trust. Now, just like how you do it in an LLC, you're going to take depreciation, you're going to take anything you did to fix it up, you're going to take any of your losses, but any of your profits are what is going to be saved for taxes. And then the last one, royalties. This one I like because I'm learning so much about royalties. I have they're not a couple, but they both have the trust, a man and a woman. They're songwriters. They have 4 songs between them in Nashville. She has one song that 4 different artists have sung the same song. I didn't know you made so much money writing songs in Nashville. They love this trust. They're telling all the other songwriters about this. I also have a client who does NFTs. Her first NFT is considered a 1099. But then when she did one of the first of 100, the number 2 through 100 is considered a royalty. She sold them in 13 days. She did this over Thanksgiving weekend and then put them up for sale, and she sold 99 of her NFTs in 13 days. It's all going through the Spendthrift Trust. She is so happy about that. Things I learned about this. Now, I'm not saying you need to do this, but these are the books I highly suggest that you read. The 6 inches between your mind are the most expensive real estate in the entire world. I'm here. The reason the screen is blacked out, I'm sitting in a hotel room, but this is to help the science of getting rich. We're all talking about that. Everyone's here to help each other. And if you need to reach out to me, this is how to reach out to me. The Trust is You, my cell phone number, and I go live every Monday night. Oops, let's stop sharing because that's the end of that. Again, I just want to say, with tax season happening right now, you need to know how to save money on your taxes. If you're paying more than $50,000 on any of your investments, you need a Spendthrift Trust. And you pay one time, you get an entire team behind you, and it goes from generation to generation. So just to do a quick thing, I should have had my calculator up. Give me 1 second. $50,000 in profits times 0.238 is 11,900. You do this for the next 5 years times 5. I wish you well. I hope you do this. That's 59,500 times 0.238. Oops, I did that wrong. Sorry. I should do that. I should learn how to do my math. 50,000 times 5 is 200. That's a $250,000 times 0.238. That would be $59,500. That's a lot of money you'd be saving with the spendthrift trust. You're leaving a legacy for your family. Going back to the Rockefellers, their trust is called the Office. It is 7 generations old and has over 400 people in it. A gentleman in my real estate group, Garrett Gunderson, teaches people, has a book out there called, used to be called What the Rockefellers Do. Now it's called What Billionaires Do. If you'd like to read it, I have a PDF copy for you. Thank you for watching this. Please look out for the trust is Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. It's going to go live January 24th, and then every Thursday at 7 a.m. Thank you for watching. My name is Sally Gimmon. Have a beautiful day.